Hi there, and welcome to Darlene's Creative Studio. We are on day 17 of our December Daily Christmas Challenge. My journal is starting to get nice and full. I've put an elastic around the first signature just to kind of squeeze it closed a little bit. We're going to be starting on the second signature in the journal. And my first layout page has 3 pages here. And I think what I'm going to start with, I want to tell you what the prompt was. The prompt for day 17 is every Christmas card I write. And I have been working on sending out all my Christmas cards. I did send them out to people that were farther away 2 weeks ago. And I have all their addresses written down in an old book. And I think what I'm going to do is keep them all together in one place. So these are all the people that we know when we travel south for the winter. So I'm going to put all of their names and addresses in this journal. So I'm just going to distress the edges of the white page because I'm going to be covering this. And I'm also going to distress the edges of this page just a little bit, just to give it some color. And this has been tea stained already on the other side. So we're just giving it some color on the edges. And what I thought I would do with today's layout is actually use some Edith Holden pages. I create a lot of little journals with Edith Holden pages, and I've saved 1 or 2 of the Christmas ones. So I thought I would take, this was one of the title pages for one of her journals for December. So it had the word December, and all I've done is gone and cut around the outer edges of the design. So let's see. Oops. So that was kind of the part of the page, and I did trim off a little bit on the other side as well. So I've just gone ahead and gone around that, and I think I'm going to put that piece on here, and I'm going to distress the edges of this as well. So let me just move my little papers out of the way. Move this guy over here, and we'll just distress the edges a little bit. I normally do this ahead of time, but so I thought this would be a good background layout. And because this is just going to be an area where I'm going to write out some names and addresses, I just want to collage the background a bit. So that's going to go on there. So we'll close that and move that over there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on there. I'm just wondering if I should make this kind of a little pocket area, but I don't think I'm going to. Should we put something behind that as well? I think I'm going to leave it, and I'll maybe put something else behind that afterwards. So I'm just going to clean off my glue thing. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this page down. I haven't been making any journals. I've been working on this Christmas journal. Every day I've been recording, doing my layout, recording it, and uploading the video. So if anyone who makes YouTube videos knows, it's quite a process to create a video. So I haven't really been doing anything else journal-wise. I'm just kind of taking a little break and just enjoying the season. And then I'm starting on a whole new project for January. There we go. So we're just going to glue that guy down. That's really cute. And I might put some kind of a little postage stamp or something on this. Got all these little bits and pieces as well that were in an envelope here. So I'm just kind of flipping through, seeing if there's anything in there that kind of jumps out at me. These are more little magazine covers. She's pretty. She's kind of like a little wedding picture. That's pretty. I'm going to put that on there, actually. I just kind of like that. May not be very Christmassy, but it's white. It's got white flowers. Looks like it might be a Christmas wedding. And what I might do is put a colored paper behind it. So let me just grab some colored paper. So we've got green there. So maybe something along these lines here. Let's grab some. Look at this green. What if I put her on that and then on there? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So let's glue her down onto this. Pretty. I don't need very much showing, just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim around the picture. All right. That, and then I'm just going to add that on that side. And what I might do is just with my Fabri-Tac, just glue the 3 sides, and then I can always stick another little tag inside that one. So I'm just going to glue this guy down as a pocket. My lid on so my glue doesn't ooze out everywhere. And we're just going to put this guy down right about, oops, that's crooked. There we go. Right about there. So there, we got a little pocket there that I can put a tiny little tag in. So we've got this side here. And then on this side I have, let me just move some of this stuff out of the way here. She also has a country diary planner and blank ones. So this one was for, this one was the planner, no, this one was the planner, and this one was in a recipe book, I believe. So I thought I would cut out the inside part. So that's where I'm going to write the addresses down. And then I also had, this was one of the pages that had a little bit of holly on it. So I'm just, again, cutting around. Oops, just one second, I'm just going to grab my, trying to do things without my glasses on, and that just does not work. Alright, so I'm just going to cut around this a little bit. Just to give it a little bit of, and it's so much easier to turn the paper than it is moving your scissors around too much. You just kind of keep your scissors in a straight and move the paper around a little bit more, and it gives you a better cutting. Okay, so we've just cut that out. So I was thinking of putting that across the top there like that. And then maybe having this on the bottom. So yeah, let's do that. Let's distress the edges of this. There we go. And this goes up this way. So I'm just going to glue that on there. Some glue. Yeah, this was the recipe one. There's all the recipes there. Chestnut force meat, liver and bacon stuffing, horseradish sauce, molasses sauce, brandy butter. All the nice rich foods that everybody used to eat way back when. Okay, so we're going to glue this guy down first. He's going to go right about there. So that will be where I'll write all the addresses of the people down in Sarasota. And then I thought I'd glue this on top as kind of a little header to the page. And we will go ahead and distress just the top and the sides. I'm not going to distress around that cutout part. So we're just going to distress this part. Oopsie. These little foam things fall apart really easily. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue that down there. And I'll use this glue because I can get around all those little points. You want to make sure you get right down all those little points. There we go. Just going to glue that down right about there. I'm just going to hold it for a second so that it grabs. So we've got that there. And we've got this little pocket here. And this on this side. So now we need to put every Christmas card I write on here somewhere. And I think I'm going to put that across the bottom there. And we will peel this back. Oh, look at that. It's got a little peely spot. So let's pull that off. And that's just going to go right across the bottom here. Like that. And I think I'm going to put the number on this side as well, but I have to find something that I can put on here. So I have it kind of like this, and I'm going to grab some red paper to put behind it. I think this one is going to be what I'm going to use. Just seeing if I have a smaller piece of it. I don't want to cut this big, huge piece. I have a smaller piece, so I'm going to have this one. Yeah, I'll use this. So I'm just going to glue that onto there, and that's just, oops, distress the edges a tiny bit. And again, this was cut out of a craft magazine, all these little sayings, and I just saved them. But gosh, my sponges are just falling apart here. It's a brand new one too. So we're going to glue this one down. And again, I'm just going to leave a little border around the outside. Like that. Just going to put a little bit under there. Okay. And I'm going to put this one here, and then I'm going to put the number up there. And this one can even be a little pocket as well, because it's kind of cardstock. And then I can just get some little tags. And I can write some special addresses on the little tags and put them inside there as well. So let's put this guy on here. Like that. Okay, so that's our prompt. Let's get our number 17. And we'll put that up on the corner. So there we go. And we've got this guy. And I'm just going to go grab my tag bin. Or we can make tags out of some of these. Why don't we do that? We need it to be, got a ruler here somewhere. So, oops, we only want it to be about a 2 inch. So I'm just going to cut this down to 2 inches. So this one might be pretty in here. This is a little 2-inch one. So we don't want it quite that high, so maybe we'll cut it off right about there. Actually, when I punch it, it takes a little bit off. So maybe what I'll do is grab my punch, grab our Dress Your Craft punch, and I'm going to put it in there. Punch that so we have a nice little top, and then I always like to round out my corners just so they don't poke the inside of the envelope. So there we've got that little tag on that side. That's pretty because it kind of goes with the ivy and stuff. And then this one, I want to do the same thing, but I'm going to do one coming out this way. So what do you want? Maybe a 3.5 inch one. So let's do 3.5 inch. See if that fits in the pocket. It does, and I want it to stick out about, I'm just thinking if I put a little tab on the top. So let's cut that off right about there. And then I'm going to get my envelope punch out. Let's put this guy away. And let's make a tab. Let's make sure we're doing it on the right side. Yep. I'm just trying it in the pocket. Yep. Okay, so we have a 3.5 inch. So if I make a 2-inch tab, that leaves me with 1.5 inches. So 3/4 of an inch on either side. Let's do, I did that wrong. Yes, I did. It's like that. So now I have a little tab. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this little piece off, and then I have the little tab on the top. There we go. So now we have a little card that we can pop in that little pocket. I'm just going to cut this side as well. So now let's move this guy out of the way, and this. And now we have another little spot to write a couple of addresses in there, and that little tab sticks out a little bit like that. So now this side I'm okay with. Every Christmas card I write, so I'm going to be writing down Christmas stuff there. So I just have to put something on this side, and I'm just trying to think of what I can put on there. I do have my postage stamps, and I do have, that's too cutesy. Let's see what we have in the postage stamps here. We have some little red green wreaths. That one's pretty. I have a Christmas tree. That's true blue. Yeah, that's pretty. I could probably just tear the envelope away from the edge of it. And I'm just pulling the envelope away from the edge by pulling it back toward the back. Just a little bit. So we could do this guy. Let go of my finger. He might be a little bright though. I'm kind of liking these actually, so I think I'm going to use one of these. We'll just distress the edges a tiny bit. So he can go up there. Yep. You can go there. I like that one. That's cute. Got some poinsettias. Those are pretty too. like that one, but I'm thinking about putting a stamp on here. I have some little birdie stamps, and I'm wondering if one of the little birdies, ooh, what about this one? He might be cute being stamped there. Let's try him. And I do have a scrap piece of paper. I always like to try the stamp on first. So let's move our postage stamps out of the way here. One over there. Make sure I'm in camera so you can see what I'm working on here. Okay, there's my postage stamp. So let's stamp this guy. And see what he looks like. Oh, he's cute. So let's try and get him in there. Oh, that's cute. I like him. We have a little birdie stamp there. And then I'm thinking of just putting maybe a little label there. So what labels do I have out right now in this mess of a mess? I have some of these ones. That one's kind of cute. And we have these smaller ones. I could almost layer that one up and put that there, or I can use one of my long skinny ones. I can use maybe one of these. She looks really pretty. Maybe she needs one right there. It's kind of pretty. But I'm thinking maybe something like that there. Let's distress the edges and see what it looks like. Yeah, I kind of like that one there. And then put that in between. So we got a creamy colored one. That's too light. So I think I'm going to put this one down and then maybe put that one on the inside of it as well. So let's just distress this up a smidge. Okay, and for these I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac because they are cardstock or file folder. This one I believe is a scrap piece of file folder. There, bottom, and then I'll glue this one on as well. And I'm just going to put that one on the inside, oops, a little bit. There. I like that. I'm wondering if this one will look nice underneath this lady. She just seems like she needs a little something there. Alright, let's put the lid on my glue. And again, this one I'm just going to do a little stitch around the outside. There, now we got that, and then we do have this little Christmas. I like this one. I don't think that one needs one. Maybe right there. I think I kind of like it there. I don't want to take away too much from the Edith Holden page because it's beautiful in itself, so you don't really want to cover it up with too much stuff, right? So I'm just going to put this little guy right here, like that. There. So now I can write down the addresses here of my friends in Sarasota, and I can write a couple of addresses on here, maybe some of my family that live far away, and then some more on this side, and push that back in there. This piece feels like it's not sticking very well. And then I'm going to write on here everything is merry and bright. And then I'm just going to draw a little piece of holly. Right there. There. So just a quickie, using some Edith Holden postage stamps and a rubber stamp, some of my die cuts. This was out of a magazine. I think it was a whole book on vintage book covers. So there's that one. And then we have a little card in there. We have our card here. May your Christmas be filled with joy and laughter. And then addresses are going to go on this side of the cards that I've sent out so far. So that's the beginning of my second signature for day 17. Every Christmas card I write. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.